Welcome back to another edition of Marco's Deli. Hi, I'm Marco D'Angelo, and thanks for joining us watching Marco's Deli every week. I appreciate you guys joining us. This is powered by WagerTalk TV. And guys, if you like these free videos, they're free. All you got to do is give us a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out, and I truly do appreciate it. Let's get right into today's show. We're going to have 3 plays for you, 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday, as we take a look at some WNBA action. Football will be starting next week. We'll have football coverage for you here on the Deli as well, heading all through the rest of the season. All right, let's get that first game on Saturday. We're going to take a look at Indiana at New York. Current line has New York at -1.5, over under 187.5. These two teams just met 2 weeks ago in Indiana, and Indiana won the game 106-92. Now, this will be Indiana's 4th straight road game, and they're coming off a loss on Thursday night against Dallas. We actually had Dallas for our clients in that game, as I thought it was a bad spot for Indiana. I thought they would be looking forward to this nationally broadcast game on Sunday against New York. And they ended up coming up short in that game. Now, people are going to look and say, well, if they didn't beat Dallas, they're not going to be able to beat New York, right? Well, wrong. I know New York's won 9 of their last 12 games, but if you go back and look at those games, the 9 wins, only 2 of those wins came against decent teams. They played all of the bad teams during that stretch. The 2 teams that they did beat during that stretch, they beat Dallas. And people are going to compare, oh, well, Indiana just lost to Dallas and New York beat Dallas. Well, that game that they beat Dallas, they only beat them by 1 point. And in that game, Paige Beckers did not play. They sat her because they were playing back-to-back games. She did not play, so they took advantage of facing a Dallas squad without their best player. The other game that they won was an absolute blowout over the Las Vegas Aces. But in that game, Coach Becky Hammond sat all 3 of her key players. Asia Wilson, Jackie Young, and Chelsea Gray did not play at all in that game. Why? Because Vegas was playing 3 games in 4 days, and they had played the day before in Minnesota, a big game for the Aces. She sat everybody. So you can't give them credit for beating Vegas. I think this is a team that the line is being based on their past and not their present. And, name association with the New York Liberty. They're not the team that they were the last few years. I like Indiana to go ahead and get this one done. Let's go ahead and take Indiana for play number 1. Play number 2, we're going to take a look at Atlanta at Phoenix on Saturday. And this is a spot where Atlanta's rolling. They have posted back-to-back big wins as they blew out Vegas in Vegas on Tuesday, turned around, and then last night, Thursday, I'm taping here on Friday, they went to Los Angeles and just smacked a very bad Los Angeles Sparks team. They won that game by 36 points. So after those 2 big wins, I got to put Atlanta on the fat and sassy alert. And don't forget, before they beat Vegas on Tuesday, they played on Sunday at home, and they lost that overtime game to Indiana, a game that they could have won if Angel Reese didn't miss the layup on the rebound right underneath the hoop at the end of regulation, and they lost that tough one. So 3 big games in a row, and now they go to play Phoenix, a team that they just beat a couple weeks ago in Atlanta by 14 points. I think this is a bad spot for Atlanta. Phoenix, on the other hand, they have been sitting around for 6 days waiting for this game. They played on Sunday, and they haven't played since. Now, that Sunday game was emotional game is they inducted Diana Taurasi into the Ring of Honor in Phoenix. It was a big ceremony and everything, and they came up short in that game. So I look for a very focused team because having 6 days off at this time of the season is a huge benefit for several reasons. One, your body needs the rest late in the season. But two, when you're playing a schedule where you're playing almost every other day and you're traveling, you don't get quality practices. Yeah, you have shoot-arounds in the morning and so forth, but you don't have a full hardcore practice or make changes to make adjustments and fix things. 6 days, you get to do that. And I think you're going to get a big effort out of Phoenix on Saturday playing at home. And then the fact that Atlanta has had these big games and these lopsided wins, you've got an inflated number. This line is, I think, just too high. We're looking at a number of 5.5. I'm going to go ahead and take Phoenix plus the 5.5 in this one. I look for them to keep this one close right to the final buzzer. All right, that's two of them in the books. Before we head to a Sunday play, I want to tell you what's happening with me over at WagerTalk. If you want to come on board for a big weekend of selections, grab that $69 3-day package. It is a super deal. You get every play for 3 days, including any 5% plays that we might have. You get all sports. If I have anything in horses, you get that as a bonus as well. But you get another bonus. If you buy that 3-day package for $69, we're going to give you 3 bonus days. So you get 6 days total for $69. Take advantage of this offer, guys, because it is ending very soon. We're taking this special off the table. So grab it now. Get basically 6 days for $69. Buy 3, get 3 free. If you want long-term, you like what I do here on the show, you like how I break games down for you, you want to come on board with me, join me for all sports for the rest of the season, or I should say rest of the calendar year, pick up the rest of 2026. All access, all of my plays, just $799. That's everything in baseball. We got the playoff run in the playoffs, World Series. You've got the WNBA. You've got college and pro football. You've got NBA and college basketball will be starting in October and November. You've got hockey that'll be starting in September. You get everything, guys, all the way through December 31st for $799. Check that deal out over at WagerTalk right now. Lock in all of my plays at a discount right now. And guys, before we get to that last play, one last time, if you enjoy the channel and appreciate the free plays and you want to see more free plays, the way to do that is give us that thumbs up. It helps the channel out. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you like, what you don't like, if you agree with the plays, or just tell me where you're watching from. I love seeing where all of our viewers are from. All of that helps the channel. And every time you help the channel, it helps me be able to bring you more free content. All right, let's get to that last one, and it's on Sunday. We're going to take a look at Las Vegas at Toronto. Now, there's no line out for this game yet, because it is on Sunday and we are taping on Friday. But I am going to tell you a play that I like in this game. We're going to give you a player prop on Sunday. And the player prop is going to be Chelsea Gray. We're going to take her over 18.5 points and assists. Now, 18.5 is the number I'm telling you that I expect it to be. That's pretty much what it's been all of her games. They may pump it to 19.5. If they do, that is okay. And if they adjusted a point down, that's even better because she's coming off one of her worst games of the season. She only had 6 points in the win Thursday night and 4 assists. That's unaccustomed for her, but they really didn't need her because it was just a total blowout. In fact, Becky Hammond didn't play the starters in the fourth quarter at all. Nobody played more than 28 minutes in the game for the Aces as far as key players went. So that might skew the numbers and get us a little more value. But they're playing a Toronto team that has just been absolutely horrendous. Now, we're taping on Friday, so Toronto does play Friday night. But heading into Friday night, they had lost 12 games in a row, and they are getting run over. It's been the defense that's been their problem. They're allowing 92 points or more in 11 straight games heading into Friday. 6 of those games, they allowed over 100 points. Why I bring that up? Well, if you're scoring a lot of points, I mean, you're giving up a lot of points. That means some players are going to have some big games, and Chelsea Gray will get some points in this game. Not only that, is if you're scoring a lot of points and you're moving the ball well, that means a lot of buckets means a lot of assists, and that helps in this player prop. We're going to get Chelsea Gray to get points. We're going to get Chelsea Gray to get assists because she is the point guard for the Aces. She is the quarterback of this team that makes the engine run. I'm going to go over 18.5 points and assists for Chelsea Gray on Sunday. All right, guys, that wraps up this week's show. I appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging out with me at the Deli. Always love serving up some winners for you guys. Appreciate you taking the time. And as always, best of luck this weekend. Let's cash some tickets. I'll talk to you next week on Marco's Deli. Good luck.